earlier you had been, I would say, talking about regulate the application and not the technology.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
how does this distinction mean in practical regulatory terms?
Look at some of the early regulatory guidelines that were coming from the US, right? They were talking about, okay, how many parameters can you use in your AI model, right?
Mhm.
So how much power can the AI model draw, and things like that, right? So those were essentially trying to limit your model building ability itself, right? And what happens is the technology moves so fast that some of those regulations become moot very quickly. In fact, in a matter of months, if I say that, okay, I can't build a model that is bigger than this, 10 billion parameters or something like that, I'll achieve the same capacity that I can achieve with a 10 billion parameter today. I'll achieve that with 8 billion in 6 months. So what
Yes.
happened? What are you regulating, right? So those kinds of regulations essentially don't have a very long-standing uh, what to say
Implications in a way.
implications, yeah, or relevance,
Mhm.
long-standing relevance. They become quickly irrelevant, right? But then if you start talking about the application itself, right? So for example, we talked about finance, we talked about agriculture, we talked about
Yes.
education. So there you can, or healthcare, right? There you can regulate the applications. I don't care what model you use, but the
Yes.
model that you finally, when I deploy, right, it should make sure that every sector of the population gets the equal service in terms of how good my healthcare uh, advice that I give to that person is. Right? It should not be that, okay, the healthcare advice is very good for people who have urban lifestyle related distances,
True.
diseases, but not very good for people coming from rural areas. That kind of a divide shouldn't be there. With that I can basically mandate, regardless of what is the complexity of the model. If you're able to do that with a small model, great. If you need a big model, that's fine. But at the end of the day, this is what I should ensure when the services are being delivered. So that is, we think, is something that has a much more longer scope, right? And also, regardless of how the technology evolves, these regulations will stay relevant.